Ah, Sonata Number 1 by George Frederick Handel, yes. And Allemande too, and a rondo too. This is seriously small music, very beautiful classical music, but look at the size of it, unbelievably small. But when you get close up to it and put a loop on or something, you can just about read it, but you have to play it on a full-size piano, I'm afraid. Astonishing. So I love things which are small but interesting, and here's a little collection I've got over many years of collecting of unusual items, about 8 of them, all with the common feature that they are extremely small and you need either a loupe to look at them, or in some cases you certainly need a small microscope and it won't be visible otherwise. The first one, for instance, needs a microscope. It's a little bean which contains lots of little pieces of ivory, all flat ones, and this one here is an elephant too. When you look at it with a loupe you can just about make the elephant out, but it's very, very small, and they all fit into this little bean with a little lid to it. Astonishing. The second one is a spinning top made by Gutermann, one of several tiny, tiny spinning tops which he set going where it spins just about, doesn't last very long, but it's got a long enough stem you can make it, you can grip it between your forefinger and thumb. So the world's smallest spinning top, perhaps. This one I found in Luxembourg. It is a little necklace you can wear, and it's got a grain of rice inside it. And inside the grain of rice is some writing on it saying Tim's Thousand Toys. Minute, it's got a little bit of liquid in it to hold it in position. So it hangs on your neck like a necklace with some message, in this case, Tim's Thousand Toys in it. But I think you'll need a loupe for this one. The next one you certainly need the microscope for. It's the smallest motor in the world, at least the smallest I've ever seen. The red bit's the most amazing bit because that is actually the rotor with 4 pole magnets in it for the core of this motor, and the other pieces, the blue and the white, are gear wheels. And when we look at it under a microscope, you can just about make out the pieces themselves. And next to it is a teddy bear, which is, I think, must be the smallest teddy bear in the world. He's brown. He's actually made of cast metal, which is a very nice feature. And he's quite visible, really under a loupe, but I think better still under a microscope, so we must certainly have a look at him. And then, probably more visible still, is a chessboard with tiny chess pieces, again made of cast metal. These aren't plastic, so they're a nice quality metal. And these are, well, there's a pawn and a knight and a rook there, and I think you just about make out, quite, well, fairly easily actually, with a loupe, and have your game of chess. Make it done very seriously. Here we've got a piece of amber from the prehistoric times, and in it, I think probably visible with a loupe, is a tiny little insect that was entrapped there about, say, 10 million years ago. Very small, but they are quite visible, and something of great historical interest. The last item is something a lot more visible, but made by Alan Boardman, one of our puzzle fraternity, who's made this minute little burr, and it all comes apart. What's so amazing about it, it's disassembled into little pieces, and you have to put it together again using tweezers and almost certainly an opposition's loop in order to assemble this beautiful object. So I like all these pieces because I suppose I could put them on a very small shelf in my flat. If I could have all my toy collection of this size, how much I could store in such a small space. I measure these in giggles per cubic inch or oohs and ahs per pint. They're very small, but beautiful.